Hi guys, today I'm going to be reviewing the 28cm Trixie hamster wheel. So on Amazon I bought this wheel for £12.49, however it is usually £12.99 and you know, I got that 50p discount. So from the pictures I've seen, I think the colours are the blue and green, pink, black and grey and a black and red wheel. However on Amazon it comes in random colours, so you really don't know what you're going to get. I mean, I ended up with the blue and green one. I really wanted the black and grey one, but oh well. After that little brief summary, I'm going to get started on the review by talking about the cons. So first things first, the wheel comes in assorted random colours, and because of that they're not really going to fit into a cage theme if you have one going, apart from maybe the black and grey wheel, because black kind of goes with anything, and the other colours look pretty cheap, so the blue and green and like the pink colours, I mean they're really going to stand out in your hamster's cage. As well as that, there is a sticker on the front which, you know, when you spin round obviously hypnotises you, but this could easily come off, and if your hamster does like to chew, he could easily chew through that and could harm his digestive system. So as you can see here, the wheel, when you spin it, it'll obviously spin, but it goes up and down and up and down, and it's really hard for your hamster to stop, and it flung my hamster Chalky right up the other side of the wheel, and I think he's kind of scared of it now, so we're working on it and getting him used to it, but it's not the greatest, it's not very smooth because of that reason. Another con is the fact that this wheel does have a rod in the middle of it, which then means if you have a long-haired Syrian, his hair could, or her hair could get stuck on this rod, and that could cause some serious injuries. So if you have a long-haired Syrian, I would not recommend this wheel, and therefore that is also another con. One con that I know would annoy some of you is the fact that along the back, and I have only had this for one night, is that there are quite a few, you know, like little notches and some scratches, if I can find one against the gleam of my window. Where's it gone? Like, you can kind of see around there were a couple of scratches. I can't really find that, yeah, in there, you see. But this doesn't bother me at all, because after all, it's for your hamster's comfort, and surely their happiness means the most to you. So as long as they're happy, I'm happy, and you're not really going to see these scratches, but I just thought I'd let you know that is how my wheel did arrive yesterday from Amazon. So moving on to the pros, if your hamster is a chewer, you can easily detach this green bit. So if you don't want him to chew the plastic, which is understandable, or the sticker because it will harm his digestive system, as I said, you can easily remove that and you'll just be left with the outer shell, which has some grips on it so your hamster won't slide around. Almost as easy as you took it off, you can just put it on top of the shell and it will all click into place, and it won't come off with just the slightest pressure, so you know that is very safe for your hamster. As well as everything I've said above, this wheel does have the opportunity to become attached from its stand, so you can hang it on any barred or wired cages, which is really good. It does take quite a lot of force to get it off, so that's why I am going to do it off camera, because otherwise, you know, it's impossible. I cannot do it with only one hand, so I will just do that and then I'll get back to you. Even though I've already done it, I'm just going to show you the concept of taking it off. You just need to pull there and there, and it will just come off, so you've got the stand and obviously the separate wheel. Don't be worried about pulling it too hard, because you do need to use quite a bit of force to get it off, and it will eventually come off by just pulling. You don't need to do anything else. And then yeah, just like that, obviously put it on your cage, and there you have your wheel. Another pro is, in terms of being silent, it's one of the more silent wheels I've heard. So apart from that gentle whir sound, it is pretty silent. I mean, and in all honesty, that sound helps to go to sleep. Like, I quite like it, but I know for someone who does not like any sort of sound coming from the hamster's cage, as a con, yes, it is a bit noisy, but personally for me it's good and the sound is quite relaxing. Another pro for me is that it comes in 2 sizes, one for an 8-inch, so 20 centimetres, and then this one which is 11-inch, or 11, almost 12-inch, which is 28 centimetres. However, I would always recommend going for the 28 centimetres because if you're just going to get a 20 centimetre wheel, you might as well get the 28 one, which will then last your hamster through childhood to adulthood as they grow. At the minute, I can't really comment on my hamster's use of this wheel because he is slightly scared of it. He hasn't really used his wheel much because he did have a smaller wheel, and your son got this wheel, and yeah, he hasn't used it in quite a long time, so I don't really know whether he's like forgotten what it is or whatever, but we're getting there, so I can't really comment how much my hamster's used it and what they're like running on it. But he did take a couple of steps in it and he seemed really comfy. His back did not bend at all as it's so large, and he seemed quite like the holes and, you know, exploring and like standing himself up on them, and you know, but he did seem, for another con, that he was slightly nervous about getting out of here because, like I said, it's quite hard for him to stop, so every time he took a step it kind of like swung around. But I'm sure he'll get used to that. As I said, he hasn't been on a wheel for quite a while because he just kind of stopped using it. But yeah, apart from that, I think this wheel is a pretty amazing wheel, outweighing most of the cons on this list. There are quite a few positives, and if you are having trouble with like your hamster having like back problems from their old wheel and their back bending, this is a good wheel to go for.
Anyway, thank you for watching my Trixie hamster wheel review, and don't forget to like and subscribe. Goodbye!